Hey guys, we're in the bathroom. So it all starts off with fresh, clean skin. Let's get on and wash our face with whatever you got. Okay, so you want to start by washing your face. I am washing my face with the Vichy Thermal Cleansing Gel. I've already put a pump on my hands, I've got it on my face. I'll just start washing your face. You get the gist of it. You guys know how to wash your face. But skin prep is key. If it's dry, you don't want to rub like really roughly with your skin with the towel. I just like patting it. This feels nicer. It doesn't rub your skin and make it really red and hard and harsh. Okay, we're kind of at a different angle today because I want you guys to really see my skin a bit more closer. Moisturiser of your choosing. You want it to be a good moisturiser. I don't want it to be a really oily moisturiser, especially if you're going to put foundation on top, because oils are just going to not let that makeup sit properly on your skin and it's just going to take it off. I mean, I use oils to take off my makeup at the end of the day, and like you've got those cleansing balms, and if you look at the ingredients in them, they will have different oils and stuff in them. So I'm just going to take my Simple Protecting Glow. This is Rest and Restart gel. Looks like this. It's a really nice one. I've actually come almost to the bottom of this one, which I'll show you. See? Almost pretty much gone. It's a really good one. It's great. It acts as like a primer as well, I feel, for my skin. For my foundation to sit on top of it really nicely. And then you just got to massage it all over. Now, here's a tip. Don't put it across your eyelids. I used to do this and it just makes my eyelids like all like, it's not like an oily moisturiser, but it's just going to make it a bit too like moisturised and greasy, especially if you're going to put eyeshadow on top. So don't do that. Anywhere you're dry, put a bit extra moisturiser on. That's what I do. So forehead's becoming a bit more dry lately. Also be careful of like what cleansing gel you are using. Make sure it's one that's good for your skin type. Are you dry? Do you have combination skin? Combination skin basically means you might have like oil in your T-zone, but then you could be dry in different places. That's what sort of skin type I have. I also suffer with media bumps, so I have to be careful what moisturiser I use. I can't have it too heavy. I can't have it too oily. And after, at the end of the day, when I take my makeup off, if I do use oils, I have to like double cleanse and take all the oil residue off my face. Otherwise it will give me like bumps and stuff. But I might need to change how I take my makeup off, because it could be the coconut oil that's giving me little media bumps. We shall see. But yeah, so that's that. Lovely. My skin feels really lovely and soft like a baby's bottom. Okay, so next step. Wait for your moisturiser to dry down. Don't go whacking on your foundation right now. You've got to wait maybe at least like 5 minutes. If you've already had your breakfast and you're getting ready for the day, quickly go brush your teeth. I don't know, go and do a different chore, whatever you've got to do for the day, whilst that's sitting down, like settling like into the skin. You want it to feel sort of smooth to the touch. You don't want it to be too tacky. Okay, next up. You can apply your foundation with a sponge. They call them beauty blenders. It's a company, a brand, but you don't have to get a beauty blender. But they are quite good. I've just got a purple sponge. I got this from TK Maxx. I don't know the brand. I've already soaked it, squeezed out all the water. Very important if you're using a sponge. Squeeze out as much water as you can. You don't want to put in water on your face and mix it in with your foundation. You just want it damp. I'm pushing it and I'm making sure there's no water coming out from it. Get an old hand towel or a flannel, anything small that you can get your, because it's going to have probably excess makeup on it after cleaning. So squeeze it into the towel or flannel of your choice and get out all the water. So you can use this. One side of my face, I'm going to do sponge just to show you the application. And then the other side, you can use a makeup brush. Okay, this is my new one I'm using from EK Tools. This one is called the Seamless Bavha. It looks like this. This one's a bit stiffer than I like. I do have an older brush, but this one is falling apart, guys, so please don't judge. I am going to get a replacement. This is my BH Cosmetics, the brush 123. You see what I mean? All the plastics is coming away. So if I go to get a brush again, I'm just going to make sure it's just like, yeah, just like all wooden or just all plastic or not like coated. But I think some of them are a lot like this. But it's like a flat brush on top, which I quite like. And it just applies foundation really lovely. This one also is really good, but I like this sort of head brush for applying my like skin tint foundations, more of a wet, watery ones. This one's quite good for. Okay, so my 2 different brushes. Foundation, I'm just gonna use a little bit of the Estee Lauder Double Wear. It looks like this. I don't have a pump for mine. You can purchase the pump. I really feel like Estee Lauder, they need to step up their game and put a pump with them, especially for the price you're paying. But this foundation is amazing. This is a Stay in Place foundation, as an SPF of 10. I feel like this one's great for oily combination skin. But if you are a bit dry, you can get away with this. Just don't apply it with a brush. It's quite full. If you do a brush, I'll show you. I'm just going to tip a bit out on my sponge. It would, some people, you could pump it on your face, the back of your hand, but I just like putting literally a little bit on the sponge and then wiping off the excess. And now we're just going to bounce it. We're just going to bounce it on the skin, on one side. I'm just going to show you. Just bounce it all over. This is what it looks like. See what I mean? It's quite full coverage. I'm even going to take it up to my forehead, over my eye area. I do take it across my eyelid. So it gets rid of all these little veins and discoloration. But obviously it's alright to have veins, you need your veins. Over the lips. Sometimes I take some excess and take it in my ear. And then just drag it down. You can drag it, you can pat it. And just make sure you really buffed it into the skin. And with the sponge, with this foundation, it does look really flawless. It literally looks like I just have really nice, fresh applied foundation. And that is with the sponge. Also called a beauty blender or makeup sponge. And now that's it. Let that sit. And now I'm going to show you the other side with a brush. I have this much. And then with the brush, I just like to, I start off with my red areas, so like the cheek. I sort of just focus all here really. And I just bounce it again. Sort of bounce it. Do you see there how that's more full coverage with the brush than with the sponge? I'm sort of doing like a stippling motion, but I'm also sort of like dragging it a little bit. Especially near the eye there, just to make sure it's getting in all those gaps and cracks, and especially around the nose area. Really get in there. And the front of it. Sometimes I see people when they've done their foundation and they've missed out the front bit of their nose. Make sure you get all that. Anything goes up in your nose, just get a bit of tissue and you can clean it out later. And also get any excess off the brush, take it over your ear and then brush down a bit of your neck or any bit of the neck that is showing. Otherwise your neck's going to be a different colour to your face. It's just going to look a bit strange. And then it's also quite a quick drying foundation, I should mention. And then it will just dry down. But not all foundations are quick drying. I'm just going to show you the difference. So this is with the brush. And this is with the sponge. I think both sides look quite nice. But I can tell that this side looks like more covered. But also I can tell it looks a bit more, excuse me, like full on. Not like full on, but it just looks, you can tell this one is more covered. And this one looks more skin-like, applied with the sponge. And then you can set it with powder if you want to. But if your foundation is quite a mattifying foundation, like the Estee Lauder Double Wear, you don't always have to set it all, because it might make your skin and your foundation look a bit more like cakey and powdery. So you could skip all over. But if you want to do under the eyes, let's get a bit of powder with a brush and you can set it under your eyes if you want to. Okay everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please subscribe and like, and I will see you in the next makeup tutorial. Thanks, bye.